One of the analogies I use with people is if you have a baby and you're changing the baby's diaper, most people are alarmed to see just how many times they have to change the diaper and how full it gets when they change it. Now, a baby is, what, 1/10 our size? And most people say to me, you know, I don't go to the bathroom anywhere near as much as my baby does. And that gives you an indication of how much is actually in there. Some people say to me, well, how's that possible? How can I have that much fecal matter inside me? And the truth is, it's sort of like when you bring your car to a dump yard, and they take the car and they squish this great big car into a very, very small little thing. And that's the type of thing that happens in the body. It gets kind of squished down to tiny little pieces, and those tiny little pieces end up going into the cells in the body. It's called autointoxication. So if you're a person who gets tired a lot, if you have gas and bloating that I mentioned before, if you're just not able to think clearly, those are some of the indications that something may be going on whereby there's too much autointoxication going on in your system. If your endurance level is low, you're experiencing problems with sleep, restlessness, not able to fall asleep or waking up all the time, or in general, just a general malaise. That's another indication that there may be some problems with your body not eliminating everything. And in addition to colon therapy, which is, we talked about the hydrotherapy aspect of it, but we also have products here too that we often refer people to. Some people need to have a little bit more support and in cleaning out the colon. A colonic in itself is like going to one yoga session. Yes, is it helpful? Of course it is. But one yoga session or one colonic is not going to be the overall, magic wand in healing your colon. In fact, there is no real magic wand. The point is to develop a lifestyle that's supportive to good colon health. Because with good colon health, then the rest of the body tends to be healthy as well. Norman Walker, who was a very famous colon therapist and homeopathic doctor, he came up with this chart here, which is a chart that I show to my clients quite often. He said that 80% of all health comes from a healthy colon, and 80% of disease or ill health comes from an unhealthy colon. So having a healthy colon is absolutely imperative towards good health in the body.
I'm going to say something about these products. Norman Walker and Bernard Jensen were the two giants in the field of natural health when it was first introduced into this country. That was sufficiently long ago that they're now both dead. But Norman Walker, he was like 112.
He was like 116. Some reports say he was 116
when he died.
Yeah.
And he believed in a lot of fresh vegetable juice, and he believed in colon health. And Bernard Jensen cured himself of cancer when he was 80. He got cancer because he was in a car accident and they dropped the gurney. And he got a wound, and the wound developed into cancer. But at 80, he cured himself. So these are very long-living men who had a lot of wisdom about natural health. So Bernard Jensen invented a little device called the Kalima board. And after I became familiar with the importance of colon detoxification, colon cleansing, which, by the way, earlier I told the story of my mother being cured of cancer, curing herself of cancer. Part of what she did, that was her program, was daily, got on this Kalima board, and it's like a home colonic unit. So I did that every day of my life for 10 years. It takes about an hour out of your day, so it's a big bite out of your day. But I did it because I knew I needed to do colon cleansing, and I knew that I needed to do it on a regular basis. And so back to these products. These products were formulated by one of Bernard Jensen's proteges. And when I was opening the spa 15 years ago, he called me. This man, Lindsay, what's his name?
Lindsay, I can't remember his
last name. Yeah. So he called me.
Duncan.
Lindsay Duncan. And he sent me some samples of these products, and I took them. And 15 years later, I am still taking them. I take 2 pills a day before I go to sleep, and I have 3 bowel movements, regular bowel movements, the next day, every day, and I have not, ever since then, I have never gone back on the Kalima board. So I love these products because they give me an extra hour a day. And I just know that my body loves them because my body just operates so fantastically with its digestion since taking these products.
The one thing I want to add to that too is there's two concerns that people come in with when they get a colonic. One of them is they have a concern as to whether or not the colonic is going to be washing away good bacteria in their bowel. Well, one of these products addresses that issue, and that's the probiotic, and that's this one here. And basic probiotic is a series of various kinds of bacteria that is very important to have in your colon. We're supposed to have a balance of 85% good bacteria to 15% bad bacteria. Because of poor eating habits and lifestyle habits, we have a tendency to reverse that. We have 85% bad and 15% good. This helps to restore the proper intestinal flora in the intestines. The other thing I want to add to the products is, or explain about the products, is like colon therapy, the products help to strengthen the muscular activity of the colon, because we tend to think of the removal of waste from the colon, but it's also important to understand that the colon is a series of muscles. And those muscles, like any other muscle in the body, if it's not being exercised properly or on a regular basis, it atrophies. And the products helps to strengthen that muscular activity as well as colon therapy itself. The other thing too is that the products not only help the colon, but they also help the other parts of the digestive system, especially the liver and the small intestines. Colon therapy obviously can't go. There is what's called an ileocecal valve, which keeps the water from going past the large intestines and going into the small intestines. So what do you do for the small intestines and the liver? Well, it's important to keep both of those areas of the of the digestive system clean as well, and that's another issue that the products tend to address. For instance, if the liver isn't working properly, then it's not sending bile out properly, and when that happens, then the colon isn't getting the signal, so to speak, because you know that old song, how the knee bones connect to the, calf bone and all that. Well, that's what happens with the digestive system and the eliminatory system too. If one thing isn't working, then the other tends to suffer. And for most people, it's the colon that is the one that waves the flag saying, "Excuse me, but I need some help here." And so these products help to address that. And when you have a clean liver, which we do address here when we do colon therapy with people, and also the vibrational therapy helps to address that as well, then you also tend to have a healthy colon as well. One of the things I want to say, we're going to talk a little bit about vibrational therapy and how we help to address the issue of cleaning the body by using vibrational machine. And what we have here is like an electromagnetic pulse machine.